guys, welcome in for today's Truth Talks. It's Marcy here, your ultimate power coach, helping you get over your stumbling blocks so you can take ownership over your life, relationships, and your businesses. Oh my gosh. So we talked about yesterday kind of changing the format for Truth Talks in sort of a Q&A, FAQ type of format. And so today is really, I had an interesting question. I got some good feedback about the conversation that we had yesterday. But one of the questions that somebody asked me is like, what keeps me motivated? What fuels me to keep doing and being consistent? Because they see that no matter what is going on, I'm still always really, really consistent with what I'm focused on as far as self-ownership, self-leadership, self-esteem, really truly that whole live life on Mars and the red bottom attitude, and everything folds back into me. Live life on Mars. It's about me, my world, my life, my rules. And so the question is how do I stay so consistent to that? How do I not get off track and get sidetracked by what's going on with other people and other situations and that kind of thing? And so I wanted to share with you guys sort of what my overall philosophy is. And this goes for me personally. This definitely transfers into my coaching and working with clients. But I firmly believe that the day that you are living today, your experience today, is living out and experiencing whatever you created yesterday. Whatever you created yesterday. So whatever irons you put in the fire, whatever fuel you set on fire, whatever flames, whatever sparks that you ignited, that is setting the stage for your future. So if I understand that the reality and the experience that I'm living today is as a result of the life that I created for myself yesterday, then that tells me that if I'm not happy in this moment, if I'm not happy today, I'm not fulfilled, I'm not content, I might be successful. Notice I didn't say successful, because I might be successful and still not be happy, fulfilled, or content, right? I might still feel stuck. I might still feel troubled, lost, alone. Like all of those things, you can feel those while still being successful in the eyes of the masses. But for me, my personal success means that there's some balance there, that there's some harmony between the personal and the professional. So if I understand that whatever my experience about my today is as a result of what I created and what I lived and what I gave energy to yesterday, if I'm not happy today, then what that tells me is that I have to do something different today to make tomorrow better, because I'm creating tomorrow today by my behaviors, my actions, my energies, my investments, what I'm giving out, what I'm putting out, what energy I'm sending into the world is telling the universe, okay, get ready. This is what she's on. This is what we're going to deliver for tomorrow. And so then I was thinking about, like, I'm getting ready to turn 50, right? I'm getting ready to turn 50 in December. And so I was thinking, like, mathematically, how significant that is. And so then I was thinking about the people who, either didn't make it to 50, but were, in the eyes of the whole entire globe, the entire universe, successful people. But they either didn't make it to 50 or they barely made it to 50. Michael Jackson, barely 50. Princess Diana was like 38. I think MLK was like 35 or 36. Prince was 57. Who else? Whitney Houston, she was 48. And so I'm thinking, like, I understand, like, I've already outlived some of the greatest, most talented, most highly touted, most successful people on this planet. So 18,250 days, right? 18,250 days. But this is one of the things, this was a key turning point for me in my life. I was thinking back to, when I first decided that I wanted to get a divorce, and I was really putting some thought into what really does keep me focused and keep me fired up, and why am I so passionate about protecting my space and protecting my environment, my energy, like all these things that you guys hear me talk about. Why am I so passionate about that? And I was thinking 18,250 days, 18,250 days. That number kept ringing, so that's 50 years, right? So I'm getting ready to turn 50. So I was thinking, like I said, about all the people who didn't make it to 50. And then it's like thinking about how much time we waste. So if I know that what I do today creates my relevancy, my significance, my happiness, my everything for tomorrow, but I'm wasting today. So then I thought about my marriage, right? So I got divorced about 15 years ago. We were married for 16 years. So then I was like, okay, so 16 years, pretty much in my mind and in my heart. Hey D, what's going on? In my mind and my heart, I knew it was over in like year 6, right? So then I was like, okay, so let's apply this to this whole philosophy of we're creating what we create today builds tomorrow. So then I'm like, so when I look back at that segment of time, it was about 16 years of my life that I was married. We were together for 18, but 16 years in a marriage, right? It was over in year 6 in my heart and in my mind. It didn't end on paper until year 16. That meant in between there was 10 full freaking years of wasted time. And those are days I don't get back. They're days I don't get back. Like I don't get those days back. And so 16 years is what? 5,840 days. It's 16 years. That's how long I was married. But if I wasted 10 years of that, over 3,600 days, I wasted being unhappy, unfulfilled, dissatisfied, disconnected, unattached, like all of these things. But the whole time, get this now, I need you to get this. The whole time, I was climbing the corporate ladder. I was building up, I was making money, I was progressing, I was growing, I was learning, I was living. But I was all these other things, unfulfilled, unhappy, detached. I wanted a divorce in year 6, but I stayed until year 16. So for 10 years, I carried all this baggage while still being what most people would consider successful. 6-figure earner, first African-American, retail banking vice president, one of the largest independently owned financial institutions in the world. Success, as we call it. I was miserable. I was unhappy. I grew to almost 400 pounds. So in 5,840 days, I gained almost 400 pounds, right? Like, when I was thinking about that, I'm thinking, what I know to be true is that if I have, as of December 11th, will have survived 18,250 days, I don't have another 3,650 days to waste like I did that first time. I don't have that kind of time. So when I'm looking at what keeps me motivated, what keeps me passionate, why do I protect my energy so hard? Why am I so fierce on living life on Mars and doing shit my own way? That's why. I don't have another 3,650 days to give. And then on top of that, I think about Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Princess Diana, like all these people that either didn't make it to 50, MLK, 36 years old, a legend, a legacy, an icon, and he didn't even make it 18,250 days. What do I look like wasting time? What do you look like wasting time? So when I hear people, and that's why I say, like, you have to make the shift. You have to make the decision to make the change. If you know you're in an unhappy marriage, if you know that you're in an unhappy career, you know that while to the world you look like you're successful, you're growing your business, you're developing, you're making money, you might make 6 figures, hell, you might make 9 figures. That's not the point. The point is, it doesn't matter how much money you make, boo-boo, it ain't gonna make you happy. If you're not happy, you're not happy. And so you have to do the things that are gonna funnel into and feed into the happiness. I'm telling you guys from experience. I told you, married 16 years, the marriage was dead in my head and my heart. At year 6, I stayed into year 16 and wasted 10 freaking years of my life. And if I'm successful now and I'm doing all the things that I'm doing now, having wasted 10 years, imagine where I could have been. Imagine where I could have been. But I can't live with that regret, but I can live with the lesson. I can live with the lesson. And so that's what keeps me fueled up and fired up. When they ask me, and I really put thought into that, like, what does keep me? Why am I passionate about the things I'm passionate about? That's why. I don't have 3,650 days to waste anymore. And I probably don't have the 18,250 that I've already been gifted. So somewhere in there, there's going to be the end, the finale, right? My job between now and the finale is to create my custom fitted life, to experience life unedited, to do the things that make me happy. And it might not be, it might not be the thing that makes you happy. But if you don't know what makes you happy, if you don't know what makes you feel fulfilled, if you don't know, and if you don't experience that feeling of your life just being rich and full and empowered and complete, guess what? That's what you're creating for tomorrow. If that's what you settle on, if that's what you're okay with today, that's your creation for tomorrow. So don't expect anything to be different if you don't start doing something different today. It wasn't until I decided I was going to do things different. I sold out to my happiness. I said, screw everything else. I'm going to figure out who I am and what makes me happy, and then I'm going to do those things. If it makes me smile, I'm going to do more of it. If it makes me laugh, I'm going to do a whole lot more of it. If it makes me cry, I'm cutting it out. If it makes me feel violated, I'm cutting it out. So that's my challenge to you guys. Figure out, what is it that fuels you? The question was asked of me. I've asked and answered. That's what fuels me. That's what keeps me going. I know I don't have 18,250 days left, and I don't have 3,650 more to waste. That's what keeps me fired up. That's what keeps me living life on Mars. That's what keeps me motivated to help clients to create their custom fitted life, to take ownership of their life, their relationships, and their business, because having success does not equal having happiness. It does not equal having fulfillment. It does not equal an enriching, satisfying life. They are on the same plane, but they're not the same thing. And in order to get this part right, you got to find an equal balance. You need to find that harmony that goes in between the two. You got to get them to play nice in the sandbox. So that's my question to you guys for today. What fuels you? What fires you up? And if you wouldn't mind, feel free to inbox me with your answers, your thoughts. If I said a little nugget, please share that with me. Share the video out. Make sure if you're catching it on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you haven't visited YouTube, go there and check it out. All the videos for the last year are all uploaded by date order. So thank you as always, guys, for living life on Mars with me. I am out of here. Got work to get back to for this afternoon, but I appreciate you being part of the Ultimate Power team. Marcy Batiste, your Ultimate Power Coach, signing off. Talk to you guys later.